You're listening to
Slut
Talk FM.
FM as in
Fuck me.
on
WCUN, baby.
How do you stop this?
About a year ago, I attended Honcho Campout in the Pennsylvania woods. When I arrived, I started seeing all of these flyers hung up that depicted a pup kind of kneeling down, getting peed on. It looked like it had been made into Kinko's or something, and it said, "Help us drench this dumb piss mutt." As I was going around the campgrounds, I started seeing it everywhere. And one night I was on one of the dance floors, and I look over, and there's this pup handing out the flyers, and I went over to him, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're the piss pup," whatever. It kind of felt like I was meeting a celebrity. And he said, "Yes, woof, it'd mean a lot to me if you came and peed on me." And I was with my friends, and I was like, "We are down. We've got your, you're making your dreams come true. We are here for it." So the next day I woke them up, and I figured, I was like, we gotta go piss on the pup. And we walked over there, and by the time we got to, there's a bridge that connects where we were to where the pup was getting peed on, and we rounded the corner, and there were 200 people pissing on this pup. It was amazing. And, it was every type of person, every gender identity, every type of person you can imagine. We're all peeing on this pup, and they would kind of incorporate performances and cartwheels and whatever. And then some people were horny about it, but some people were not. And it was just and after everyone would go up and pee, everyone would clap for them. And it was just really beautiful and felt like a community building event in some ways. But I was just really impressed with this pup. So I reached out to him, and I reached out to Pup Magazine, and I wrote this article about it. And what you're about to listen to is the audio recording of my interview with him about this experience. I hope you enjoy. When did you kind of have your Damascene pup moment?
Let's see. When did I start becoming a puppy? I guess it was probably back. I think it was 2019 is when I first started doing pup play.
And what was it that gravitated you towards it?
So there was a cute boy in college that I was in a small college town, and he was the only guy that I'd ever seen into puppy play. I'd seen it online, and I was curious about it and whatnot, but talked to this guy about it, and he invited me over to try on his puppyhood and kind of showed me a little bit about the headspace and whatnot. And immediately, that night, I was like, all right, got to order my puppy hood. Got to figure out a puppy name, all that sort of stuff. So,
and it really feels like when I see groups of pups together, I talk to you guys, it feels like it's as much of a social thing as it is a sexual thing.
Yeah, it really varies puppy to puppy in my experience. What I really love about puppy play is that each individual puppy can make puppy play what they want it to be. So, sure, for some folks, it might be as simple as a way to kind of anonymize themselves or to get other sexual gratification. What's that word?
Gratification.
Satisfaction. Gratification. I'm trying to gratification from it. But for a lot of people, especially here in the Pittsburgh community, I feel like, but really beyond that, puppy play is a lot more of a social thing, and it's obviously a mix of the two. It really varies puppy to puppy, but I really enjoy that whatever the puppy wants to get out of puppy play, if they put that out into the world, the community really is there for them.
And do you think that there is a lot of pups that I've talked to kind of live somewhat buttoned up lives in a lot of ways? They work in tech or business or don't necessarily do tons of drugs or do you think that there's a little bit of catharsis along with just kind of playing puppy with your friends?
No, definitely. The puppy headspace is a really freeing headspace. When I'm explaining it to somebody new, I like to kind of compare it to drag in a sense where it's a personality that you're wanting to portray. It's a headspace that you're wanting to explore. It's something that you're choosing to do and that you're choosing to kind of take this identity and make it your own. And I think a lot of people kind of can understand that relation because, that's essentially what you're doing in drag as well, just kind of on a different context.
And going back to what you said about the anonymity, do you think that kind kind of provide that anonymity provides people to be more sexually free than they would normally if they were like had to assume their own identity within an encounter?
I would say yes, definitely. I mean, sexually free, socially free, just free to explore things that you want to explore. I mean, it's all stuff. I mean, I am me. It's all stuff that I want to do, but sometimes giving myself kind of an excuse to kind of trick my brain into being like, it's okay to do this. Puppy play is really a good excuse for that, because you're able to be like, well, this isn't my identity. This isn't going to come back to me. If I like it, then great, I can associate it with this personality. If I don't, then hey, I tried it. It's really a way to kind of explore, really, I mean, anything. I mean, from a sexual side and from a social side. I think for a lot of people, putting on a puppyhood allows them to come out of their shell and interact more socially, where they might have maybe some social anxiety or something like that otherwise.
Yeah, no, totally. And also kind of seems like, yeah, just on like, not like it would, you know, shame's kind of too strong of a word, but like if someone wants to like go and have like a 30-person train run on them, they might worry about their friends seeing them do that. But if they have like this anonymity of a mask or something like that, that kind of frees them up from any sort of social consequence from that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, again, it depends on the individual puppy. If they want to use it for that anonymity, I think there's definitely an opportunity for that. And on the opposite side of things, I think if people like and connect with that side of themselves, they enjoy being known as having 30 guys run a train on them, then associating that with their pup persona can be kind of fun too. I mean, it can be a way... it's similar to like a stage name in porn or something like that. It can be a way for you to have a presence in a specific kind of fetish community or something like that, for example.
Sometimes if I'm like hanging out with a lot of pups, it's hard for me to keep them apart in my head, or like, you know, just to like remember who's who. Like everyone has distinct personalities, obviously, but sometimes people kind of like bleed together. As you're in the community longer, does that get easier, or do you still kind of have to go off name tags and stuff like that?
I mean, I think like with any community, the more you're exposed to that community, the more you're meeting people in that community, the more often you're seeing them, then yeah, definitely you get to know. I mean, obviously the pup play community is a very large community, so you can't know everybody all the time and whatnot, but you definitely get to know people, and pups that have very notable personalities definitely stand out.
And also their bodies and tattoos and stuff like that.
Right. And I mean, definitely, it is very convenient that puppies have name tags, because that is always a good fallback. And if you're just meeting somebody for the first time, it's real handy too, even if you don't know them. So,
cool. And then, so did you have a similar water sports Damascene moment, or like what was your evolution with that?
Oh gosh, water sports is probably the first like fetish or kink or whatnot that I ever explored or like accepted myself as having or whatnot. I think it's kind of two faceted. I think part of it goes back to my first experience seeing other guys with their dicks out. Essentially, it was at urinals, and whether it was an association of, oh, I like that dick, or oh, I like the peeing or whatnot, probably a combination of both. I think that that kind of initial realization, oh, I like this, kind of started there at the urinals.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I mean, obviously there's like also this like kind of like pits or something like that. There's something like very primordially like human about it. You know, like there's something like it's very like it smells and it tastes and stuff like that. Is that part of it as well, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I definitely I identify as very primal or whatnot, both in the puppy headspace and outside of it. And so, yeah, getting back to some of those kind of natural, I mean, urinating is a very natural thing. Everybody does it. But being able to kind of take those natural things and figure out how to bring them into your sexual life can be a lot of fun.
Cool. And I'm going to touch on this again a little bit later when we talk about the event, but do you see like a degradation aspect of it as well?
Oh, for myself, definitely. I mean, it depends on the context, of course. I can be into water sports in a lot of different ways. If somebody is not into being degrading with it, that's totally fine with me. I can still enjoy it. But having that combination is definitely appealing to me. I mean, it can be very very fun kind of putting yourself in different shoes where you are kind of below everyone and whatnot. And I definitely get a lot of almost relaxation out of not having to think about like, what should I do or what do I want to do, and just kind of submitting or being well, yeah, I guess submitting to the other.
And also, I mean, tying it to pup play, I mean, it's not exactly scientifically accurate, but I mean, the marking of territory and stuff like that, like, is they the two go hand in hand really well.
Yeah, no, a lot of puppies, whether they're into water sports or not, will at least kind of like raise their leg every so often, just as a kind of whether they're actually peeing or not, just kind of as that like playing in that puppy headspace. I mean, you do, yeah, mark your territory, or mark others maybe if you like them and whatnot.
And so when you, how did you devise this mass pissing thing at Honcho? How'd you think of that?
So it's actually, I mean, it's been a long time coming in ways, but it's also been very short notice planned at the same time. Actually, so this is my 4th year going to Honcho Campout, and I think on my 3rd year, I had this idea. Let me take a step back and provide some additional context.
Yeah, please.
My birthday typically falls during Honcho Campout, or very near to it each year. So the first 2 years I was at Honcho Campout, I had my birthday during the campout, and the 3rd year, my birthday didn't quite line up, but I still wanted to kind of do something special related to my birthday. So I kind of tried to word of mouth, like, hey, big group pissing thing on me, but trying to word of mouth it, the times kept getting kind of confused, the days, the location. And so by the time it rolled around, it was maybe like 1 or 2 people that showed up or whatnot. So the first year that I tried something like this, it wasn't quite a success, but I knew it was something that I wanted to try again, and perhaps with a little bit more thought and intention, I wondered if I could pull it off. So I had it each year after Honcho Campout. I kind of have a list of things that like takeaways or things like that I either want to remember or that I want to take into consideration for the next year that I go or whatnot. And so I left myself kind of a note. I was like, hey, next year plan this a little more, maybe some flyers or something.
There was something oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, yeah. So essentially, this year when it rolled around, I was doing my packing, and I kind of was going through my list of things that I wanted to remember from last year. And it was actually the Wednesday arrival for camp out. It was maybe like 3 a.m. that morning. I was like, oh crap, I haven't printed flyers yet. And so I emailed I messaged the artist that made the art that is on the flyer. They'd made that in the past. So I was like, hey, can I use this for this flyer for this event? I wanted to make sure I didn't like steal their art or anything. And luckily they got back to me like within an hour or so. And so I was able to throw something together and print them out like very, very last minute, the day that I was coming to camp out, essentially.
There was something about the flyer that was so touching. Like, I don't know exactly, like, it was like so, like, I don't know, like, I just pictured you, it's funny to hear the actual story, because I just, like, pictured you at Kinko's, like grinning and like I don't know, there was just something so touching about it. And then like the handwritten directions on it, like I don't know, and then when the first time I saw one was by the bathrooms upstairs where people douche and stuff, and there's like I was like we were reading it and this girl came up and she was like, oh my god, like we saw this pup put him up, like he was so cute and like so sweet, and we're like, okay, we gotta find you. So it was it was definitely like this I don't know, just kind of this really beautiful picture of self-actualization, you know, to have you like, I don't know, just go after your dream like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had seen, it wasn't entirely my idea. I'd seen other people put up flyers for things and past campouts. So I was like, you know, this seems like a good format to try to get the word out and whatnot. I was definitely very humbled by the turnout. I was not really expecting that many people to show up by any means. I knew that I knew that there would be my friends and things like that. A few people that would for sure show up, but I literally like started crossing Rainbow Bridge over to where I was I had some extra flyers that I was going to put arrows on. I was going to kind of have it a little off the path, just so it wasn't like in the way or anything like that. But as I crossed the bridge, some people kind of like shouted at me, "Oh, there's Voltzy, there he is." They were already over there looking for me. So I was like, well, I guess I don't want to get it too far off the path. And during the daylight, I really had picked the location the night before I put the flyers out. And it was like night out. I was like, around here, it's kind of a transition area. It might work. And during the daylight, I saw the big like grass area there. And I was like, this seems perfect. So I think it worked out.
Yeah, well, I think probably, I know some people just kind of stumbled upon it and were like, oh, this is what we've seen around or whatever. I was with some friends and I was like, okay, we got to go do this, guys. And I thought it would just be like you and 10 people like across the bridge. And when I think like, how many people do you think peed on you? Like over 100.
So I wish I had like somebody there counting or like tallying or whatnot. But I didn't. I was so like enthralled in the moment that I was not even trying to pay attention. That, and there were some people, there was one guy that came up and peed on me 4 different times throughout the session. I don't know how his bladder did it, but he did. He managed to do it. So keeping track of individual peers, not just like the number of times I was being pissed on, it was a whole thing. So some estimates I've heard from the crowd, I think somebody was like maybe like 200-ish people watching, and then of those maybe like 100-ish came up and peed on me. Maybe 200 is
what I thought. Like throughout the whole session.
Right.
One of the more interesting things about it too, which was really cute, was the clapping after people would go. Obviously that just happened spontaneously. I like missed the first couple minutes. Had that built up to that happening, or was it the first person who went, there were claps?
So it started, the first people that were over there were the people that were kind of looking for me when I got over there. And we technically started a little bit earlier than the time posted because they were there and they were like, we gotta pee. Here we go. So the first couple people were already peeing on me as others started showing up. And I want to say the clapping, just from the first people, some people were there clapping, and it definitely built up from there. I think it got to the point where, to a degree, people were almost like trying to figure out creative ways to pee on me so that they could get more applause from the audience.
Yeah, I loved seeing the performance. There were some performances for sure.
There was the one group that like was trying to synchronize. I know there was the one person that came over with a couple helpers to lift their dress.
That was me. That was me and someone else and my friend.
yeah. So seeing all the different different ways of peeing on me was really great. So.
And then so something that was so it was kind of, I don't know, just a really like uniting kind of beautiful thing. Did you want it to be more degrading than it was, or how did that work with your degradation kink?
So I really, in general, with Honcho Campout, I kind of try to go in very open to whatever happens. I try to set maybe some intentions going into things. So like I set the intention of, I want to be peed on, but I really didn't set much more intention than that. I was like, whatever happens. Like, I'll have fun as long as there's pee involved. So I wasn't really like, I think to a degree, there were some people that made it a little degrading. I had little moments of intimacy, I guess, with each person as they came up, because I had a conversation with them a little bit. I would thank them for peeing on me and whatnot. And yeah, like some people, like it was very like sexual for them. Like
for sure.
There were definitely some people getting hard while they were peeing. So
no, totally, yeah. There's I remember there was like this group of like 3 like alpha dudes who like all went up together and just no hesitation pissed. And I was like, oh, I hope Voltzy got their numbers.
Oh no. If they wanna reach out, I'm definitely open to a follow up.
And then, so what do you think that like the anonymity of being in the mask kind of helped you get the courage to go after this goal, or do you think you could have as your other personas, like as your like more like legal personas as well?
I mean, at this point in my life, I feel like puppy play has really allowed me to explore a lot of things and really build up my confidence both in puppy play and outside of it. I mean, it's special to me being in my puppyhood for moments like that. Not so much for the anonymity of it, just more so kind of giving homage to some of where I came from. But no, I mean, really, puppy play. I've been a puppy for so long that I've kind of found that whether I have my puphood on or not, I'm very much in that mind space or that mindset, that headspace where I'm just open, a lot more open than I ever was before I started puppy play. I have a lot less hang-ups about my own perception because I've had such positive interactions with people as a puppy. So it's really allowed me to kind of own a lot more of these things about myself that are true whether I'm a puppy or not.
Cool. Also, too, one of the coolest things to me too about the situation was your friend that I'd met you with. I think they're like kind of like sexy pup. Like I think his name is Pup Drew. Is that? Oh, you're like, I think maybe you're like best friend or something. And I was talking to him during it, and he was just so proud of you, and it was really, really cute. Do you like, did you have like a big group with you, or was it just him that was like part of your normal pup group?
Oh, we had a huge group of puppies coming from Pittsburgh. I mean, every year, more and more pups come from Pittsburgh to camp out, and it was actually really special for me this year. Actually, this year and last year, I had the opportunity to expose people to camp out for their first times, and it's all been puppy friends that I've done that with. So last year, I brought 3 puppy friends to camp out for their first time, and this year I brought, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think at least 3 more. It might even be more than that. But so yeah, getting to expose more and more people that are special to me and my local community to this community that, I mean, where else in the world can you get 100 to 200 queer people together for a pee thing in the middle of the woods with less than with like a day's notice?
Yeah, armed with only a flyer and a dream. Staple gun. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. Your ability to make your dreams come true was actually like totally really inspiring to me. Thank you. This has been Slut Talk FM. I'm your host, Julian Wildhack. Our audio is by Manny Katechis. Our animations are by Julie Fliegenspan in design collaboration with Am I Like It of Official Rebrand. Thank you so much for listening.
On WCUN, baby.
How do you stop this?